All right, let's get into it. Let's get into it. Whew. It's giving, see, a lot of y'all are starting to recognize the power in receiving help. Message. It is no longer a weakness for you to receive help. And Spirit is like, you have to recognize how powerful that is. Because if in the past you were afraid of asking for help, you were afraid of receiving help almost because you were afraid of being seen as weak, or you were afraid of being seen as not capable, when you recognizing that you need help is you really recognizing your ability to be capable. Message. Because it's so heavy on, there's a difference between I'm going to try to do it all by myself and then I'm not able to do it all by myself, because you can't do it all by yourself. And there's a difference in, this is all that I can do and I'm going to trust in the universe to provide me with everyone and everything else that I need. Message. Because it's so heavy on, you're only going to be able to trust other people to help you if you trust yourself in your ability to find somebody to help you. Message. Because it's so heavy on, sometimes you may have lost faith in other people because you had lost faith in yourself to begin with. Message. See, because if you view all of it, and this is why I tell you all the time, it's so important for you to recognize how every single relationship that you've ever had has literally done what it needed to do for you. It literally taught you everything that you needed to know. It's so heavy on the people that you connect with are always going to reflect that which you need to know and learn. So let's say you are in contact with somebody that seems like they don't really care about you, right? Or they're not really open with you. They're not really like sharing or giving with you. You have to recognize that they are reflecting your lack of openness. A message? So for example, let's say you're like, well, if I'm open with them, hopefully they'll open up to me, right? And if you're being open with them and they don't want to open up to you, then you have to realize and recognize you may have resistance to just releasing that other person's opinion. Message. You may have an issue, right? Or care a little too much about what that other person may think. So let's say you're talking about something that you're really passionate about and that person isn't really receiving it. It shouldn't matter. What should matter is how you feel about what it is that you are sharing and giving. Message. Whew. It's the chills for me. Because it's so heavy on, it's all a choice. It's a choice for you to recognize how literally everything is working out for you. It's a choice for you to recognize how everything is literally aligning so that you can have your most best experiences, your most happiest moments. But it's so heavy on, that requires for you to see every single person that you come in contact with as a soulmate. You got to see them as a soulmate. Message. You gotta see them all as soulmates, past, present, and future. So that means every single past relationship that you've had, you need to be able to be grateful for what they've taught you. For example, right? I say about like 5 or 6, maybe 7 years ago, I had one of my exes find me on social media. Okay? And Spirit is like, you, and the thing was, at the time, I was very much so like, I don't want no contact. I don't want to be friends with you. I'm good. I don't want to be friends with you, right? And then recently, I've had a lot of people, like, well, one specific person who is actually friends with my ex. And I guess they were trying to be friends with me. And I found myself having a lot of resistance. Like, oh, I don't want to be friends with you because you're friends with my ex and I don't want him to have access to me, right? Until I recognized, like, okay, why am I having this resistance? Like, so what if I become friends with this person and my ex pops up somewhere? Like, who cares? I'm grown. Like, I'm grown, right? I can handle myself, right? So Spirit is like, I had to really address the shame and the guilt that I was feeling from the past. I had to address the fact that, like, okay, I don't want to see my ex again because the last time that he seen me, I was 17. Like, I'm 27 years old now. It's been 10 years. I'm a different fucking person. Message. And so it's so heavy on you have to realize and recognize that you are now equipped to handle everything that comes your way. So the second that I released that fear, right? Watch. I'm probably going to come back and tell y'all a testimony of how I seen this man in person after 10 years. And everything was cool because I knew how to handle myself. Spirit's like, at some point in time, you have to realize and recognize that, like, there's a lot of things from your past that you may not be able to face simply because you have shame or guilt over it. Message. Message. I don't know about this chocolate, y'all. I don't know about this chocolate. But it's also very, very heavy on the fact that, like, every single time that I heal an aspect of my past, I'm able to show up in my relationship better. Because I've come to realize that for I'll say a couple of years there, I was very much so still distraught from my past relationships. I was still very much so traumatized from my past relationships. So I couldn't trust my husband. Because I didn't trust myself. Why? Why didn't I trust myself? Because of the choices that I made in the past. Message. But when I recognize that, okay, every single choice that I made in the past is the reason why I should trust myself. Which allowed me to do what? Trust my husband. All right. So Spirit is like, again, you have to realize and recognize when Spirit is calling you to love more, when Spirit is calling you to show up and love, you have to realize and recognize, okay, that's what you're training to do. That's what you're learning how to do again, is being able to fully love. Because the thing is that there has been times where you've been placed in certain situations that basically convinced you not to be as loving, not to be as giving, not to be as unconditional, not to be as trusting, not to be as naive, right? And Spirit is like, were you naive in those situations? Or were you very loving? Or did you just give your all? Because the thing that I've come to realize when it comes to the heart is that your heart only hurts if you gave it your all. Lilac, don't do it. Don't do it. I seen her swirling around, taking a poop and then trying to eat. No, ma'am. I see you. She's like, what? You see me? You see me? Last word. Last word before we get into one-on-one messages. Oh my God. I'm just going to flip this. Literally, like, what are you waiting on? Because I keep on saying this, like, the present reality, our current reality, it has to catch up. Okay, so everything, if you think about it, everything that is happening right here in the physical present right now that has already happened is behind. Okay, it's behind schedule. It's behind schedule. So Spirit is like, when you start acting on schedule, what's going to happen? Everything else is going to follow up with that. Because a lot of the things that you want to happen for you can happen like this. You get that brand deal email like this. It's real. You get an opportunity email to you like this. It's literally there once, wasn't there 1 second, and then it's there. It just appears. So Spirit is like, okay, start recognizing how you're doing that. Start recognizing how when you decide to do things differently, how that's shifting your energy and in turn shifting your reality. Message. Whew. It's the chills for me. I was like, we need one more confirmation. One more confirmation. You're limitless. Okay? You're limitless. You're always automatically tapped into abundance. Abundance is your divine birthright. Abundance flows through you. You are an unlimited being receiving from an unlimited source in an unlimited way. So when you start recognizing how it is that you may have been limiting yourself, that's how you release yourself of the limits that have been holding you back. Message. Whew. Hold on. Dive in a little bit deeper. Okay? Thinking is great. But see, there's a thing as overthinking. And overthinking is when you allow your thoughts to literally stop you from taking action. Message. So it's so heavy on, are you in your head so much to where like you're unable to show up and take up space as you were supposed to? Message. Whoo, confirmation. This is the chills for me. All right, y'all. The list is now open. Who do I need to talk to today? Because Spirit has been spiriting, okay?